Hello and welcome to Neverwinter Nights, and this will be part 40. Last time we finally rescued Leia and caught up with the bad guy, and apparently punched him so hard that his head came clean off. Hmm. So, we should be extremely close, not extremely close, we still got 975 experience to go. I'd hope we would have been closer to level. But we have killed Dirk. We have got information about the cult, of course, because the closest journal we need. I'm very sure that our friend Albert mentioned that, but we need two pieces of evidence collaborating on the existence of a location even of the cult. So basically, you have 4 main area things you can go to, and you technically only need 2 of them if you just want to progress the story, but we are also hunting experience. So, there's a way in there. Yeah, I'm just being blind. Of course I'm being blind. What a surprise. Nothing new in that. I'm very, very skilled at not seeing things. If I'm not mistaken though, he's not here. Okay, speaking about not seeing things, right?
Well, hello to you. Were you the one I told about them monsters bothering us around here? The ones who took my wife, Leah. Do you bring word?
I hate to tell you, right, but she's right over there. I see Leia made it back safely. That she did. She's returned safe and sound, which is more than I even thought possible. Thank you, lad. Don't mention it, mate. Being separated from your loved ones is painful. No reward is necessary. I was glad to do it. You're a good man, lad. I appreciate it. Sometimes you can trade that for experience. I would rather have experience than 150 gold pieces. Well, of course, I mean, let's be real here. It's a good deed. That's the important part. It's not the experience gain. It's a good deed, right? Sort of. Naturally, as a person, I would happily help someone without expecting a reward for doing so. Don't take that out of context. I'm not going to do 8 hours of work for you for free. I'm not that stupid. But you know what I mean. But sometimes it gives you experience. And with the amount of money you gain in this game, if you are not buying +5 plate mills versus giant toads, I don't really see the need to hoard an awful lot of cash. So losing 150 gold pieces and that's not going to break your bank. Don't worry about it. Monster's leader, Dirky Up, is dead. I have his head even. That's a relief then, to be sure. Do you like looking at someone's beheaded head? You are a bizarre person. No gold isn't necessary. I just want to let you know the deed was done. I may have to rough you up. No, of course I wouldn't do that. Very kind of you, lads. Good to know that adventures like you still exist. I know I'm amazing. Is there anything else I'll be on my way. I mean, he's a farmer. He's probably struggling to keep his farm going. Why on earth would I take his money from him if I could afford not to? If I was struggling for food myself and I had to scrape every single gold piece I could possibly gather in order to survive, then it would be a different story, but trying to maintain a farm, that's not cheap. It's hard work. It's backbreaking work. Long hours. You're always at work when you're a farmer. Nah, he probably needs the gold more than I do. And I know it's just a computer game and there's no harm done by taking the gold off a non-existing imaginary character. I'm fully aware of that, but it's the thought behind it. So, I'm fairly sure I see. You know, I'm just going to check something. I should. Let's just, just use this. I have a feeling that when we do this, and we do this, and then we run up here. There's a walker. That will be them. No? Surprised. It was a slight minor detour, but there was a good reason for it. Wasn't there? Yes, there was. You're not popping? You disappoint me. You're supposed to. Our friend Solomon from a while ago, he's supposed to show up here. Isn't he? Yes, he is. He's supposed to tell me that he's actually he's been sent out to take my hat. Green Griffin Inn. Let's try and run in here and then run back out again, because just like in the first chapter, there will be people that have been on your tail, trying to prevent you from doing what you're trying to do. I'm very sure killing Dirk Yap should be the trigger. Maybe not. Oh well, I'm not going to waste any more time with that. What else do we need to do? I should technically, I suppose, go and speak to.
Look, I think you better stop looking into this cult business.
Look at that, yeah, well, that's what he said. Give me one good reason not to look into the cult. You saved Neverwinter, you're the big hero, everyone knows you. Why gamble all of that away? The odds aren't in your favor anyway. You sure? I think you better mind your own business. Oh, it's very much my business, actually. We won't tolerate your interference any further. Consider this your fair warning, hero. Okay, consider this to be your fair punch in the face, because now he should be popping up. Game triggers, you know. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, there he is. Just randomly. Oof. That was rather abrupt. Hide in plain sight, huh? Well, you are the named one, so you go down first. Can I stun you? That'll be good. That'll be amazing. He failed. Oh, you've been tough now, huh? You are completely and utterly immobile, unable to do anything while I punch you in the face. That is what you call poetic justice. Him being so tough and then you stun him and... These are surely halflings or something, that's a bit... by the way, as a guard, you're not doing a very good job at it. Come on. He's stunned, you don't have to, right? Good. Poor Solomon. All that effort. The search for the cult. That's an unidentified armor. Oh, suddenly got... Where did you come from? Came from whatever words, difficult, challenging, all that stuff. Well, I can still fight. I may not be able to move because I'm encumbered, but I can still punch you. And I'm good at doing that. Okay, that was that. Good. I've still got some space on our back of holding thing. We should have. Open. That one's quite full. What about that one? That's quite full as well. What about this one? It's not full. It's not taking enough weight off to... Hang on. It's only minus 20%, isn't it? Minus 80%. Okay, you know what? That's perfectly serviceable. That should be more than enough to take the strain off. Yep, it wasn't there. So, Solomon is now dealt with. I just want to trigger him. 200 in there. That requires thinking. 78 experience. Should probably go and hand in that information about the thingy, shouldn't I? Yeah, the thingy. You know, the thingy. The heel.
I didn't see
Oh, I
you.
didn't see you there. You startled me. You look like you're having a rough day. Why don't you tell me your name? Thank you for your concern, sir. My name is the heel. What is your name? My name is Hammerfist, but please just call me Hammerfist. You are expected to have a surname, by the way. It's a pleasure to meet you, the heel. Thank you. I only wish I could give you all of my attention. My mind is focused. Okay. What's so terrible about today? It's so horrible. I was supposed to bring my little brother Neverwinter town to buy him a birthday present for his 10th birthday. He was so excited he kept running ahead of me. He ran over a hill, and when all of a sudden I heard him scream. I ran as fast as I could to the top of the hill, but as I got close, I could hear men's voices. I dropped to the ground and peeked over the crest of the hill. Never was surrounded by a group of ducks. They picked him up and carried him off, laughing to themselves. I simply don't know who to turn to, blah blah blah. Why do you think the bandits took him captive? I imagine because he had a birthday money in his purse. 10 gold pieces. Wow. Do you know where they took him? Blah blah blah. Just outside Charwood. I don't necessarily want to say that. I don't want to ask for a reward. But whatever, let's just play along. I would love to rescue him for you. My hero. By the way, in case you're wondering, I'll do my best. That should be fun. In case it wasn't blatantly obvious that this NPC was doing everything in her power to get us to help her brother. Surprise! It's another cultist attempted ambush. You can call that a spoiler if you want, but that's what it is. And yeah, they're quite adamant about trying to get us nailed. So we want to go. I'm trying to get the experience to reach level 10. And yes, I will be quick saving consistently quite a bit. Still looking for her. Surely she must be. Where the hell is she? Oh, heck, I shouldn't be swearing. I'm trying to keep naughty words out of my videos. By and large. I'm not saying I'm succeeding. Don't tell me you're over by the docks. Are you hanging over by the dock workers? You little minx. Shitty guys. Say that. Yeah? Sort of. I'm trying to get past you. Yeah? Yeah, well, barracks. I haven't getting
The
there.
gods smile on us that you remain yet unharmed for your...
I'll go now.
I am pleased to see that you remain safe, my friend. Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
You said I should ask you how you became a paladin.
I did say that, didn't I? Are you sure you wish to hear the tale? It is not an exciting one, and I would not wish to bore you.
No, I want to hear it.
As you wish. Do not complain later, however, if you find the tale does not live up to your expectations. I am, after all, no bard. Where should I begin? My family lived in a human village in the wild lands of the northern mountains, and I once longed for nothing more than to be a skilled hunter, as my father was. The village was destroyed when the orcs massed and attacked the Southlands. My family was killed, though I survived. For years I thought of little but wreaking bloody vengeance upon the orcs. I stalked the crags with my bow, mercilessly killing all I crossed. Indeed, I was much different then. My vengeance consumed me, and I dealt death at every turn, but I had no peace. On the 5th winter of my hunt, I stalked an orc tribe deep into the spine of the world and encountered a blizzard so terrible I could do naught but camp and pray. The blizzard was merciless and lasted days, and as I lay dying in the snow and wind, I spotted a human man approaching. I thought I was mad. He was tall and strong, though I noticed he was missing his right hand. The cold did not seem to affect him, and he looked down at me kindly and picked me up from the snow without effort. I remembered nothing beyond that. When I awoke, I found myself at a small ilmitary monastery near the city of Silvery Moon. The monks told me I had nearly died. I have often thought that he was none other than an avatar of Tyr himself, the Lord of Justice. Though perhaps that is presumptuous of me. Whoever he was, the ilmitary monks had not seen him bring me, and I never saw him again. Or perhaps I should say, I never saw him in person. He came to me time and time again in my dreams for many months afterwards, telling me that my vengeance would bring no true justice. I refused him at first, determined to return to my bloody hunt. The dreams came more frequently, and the man grew more stern with me. The path lay elsewhere, I was told, and reluctantly I left the mountains and came to Neverwinter and entered the service of Tyr. The dreams never came again. Not right away. I did not meet Fenthic until later, in fact. Tyr's clerics took me in, and over time I learned their ways and grew to admire the maimed god. I chose to champion justice instead as his paladin, and found peace at long last. My dedication saw me rise through the ranks, and it was much later that I encountered the young acolyte Fenthic, and knew that I had found my true path at last. No, thank you. Thank you for listening to my tale. You have been a great comfort to me. I am glad that you have come to work for Lord Nasher. You have so many admirable qualities, he could not be better served. I would be glad to call you a friend. Tyr only knows that finding a friend in times like these is difficult enough. I hope you feel the same.
If you want to upset Arbeth for life, just say, does that mean we can go to bed soon? Don't. If you have any interest in building any further story-related anything with Arbeth, do not say that. It is highly recommended you do not say that. I don't need another friend. Oh, slow down there, lady. Nah, I do. Of course I do.
I am glad, my friend. Let us return to the subject of your mission, then.
I have located some information about the cult.
This is good news. What have you discovered?
Show her Ganon's journal.
So the cult was responsible for stirring up the humanoids in the hills? You are to be commended for putting an end to that danger indeed. While this information you bring is incredibly valuable, it still does not tell us where the cult is based. We need that information if we are to strike at them. Fortunately, it does mention where more cultists may be found. Charwood and the Neverwinter Woods. Search those places perhaps for the information we seek. Have you found any other information?
Show her the letter to Solomon.
The cult sought to strike against you through an agent, did they? Fortunate for us that their efforts proved fruitless. While this information you bring is incredibly valuable, fortunately, have you found any other information? Then I wish you luck.
And I wasn't rewarded any experience for doing that, which is what I was hoping for. Oh, bleh. Cheapskate.
The gods smile on us that you remain yet unharmed. Aye. What would you have of me?
That is a curious. How is it that you came into your cult? I'm a for all my hiding, however. In grief and anger, I stabbed and killed. I fled the Lord. I wasn't over the. It was I who kept Randall safe, and once I was Randall as the. It was not until I encountered Lord Nasher. And thank you for listening. And back to more important matters. Is there something you needed?
Just Arrogance Tale. Got more to say?
Aye, so I did. Is that so? So then Lord Nasher vowed to end Randall's reign over the waterways. He personally sailed from. I was still one only in the when next the shadows told me of Lord Nasher's latest plot. I did nothing. Randall was no I wait. He was why I told. So I said he smiled. I am 20 years into my sentence now, my friend. That he and had I left, I never would have met my Kali. It is your original question has been answered. I hope. I shall await. The gods smile on us that what would you have? I did. See, I was to see to her capture and to reduce the power of the guild in the city. And I was eager, not at first. It took me a great deal of time to do so. Kaliara trusted few, and I had to work. Not at first. I knew it would not last. I discovered her plan to kill Lord Nasher, and knew she was. I would, though tears blurred my eyes. Upon those words, I ran her through. She died moment. Thank you. Perhaps in time I might come to hear your tale. For now, however, there is much to do. I would not normally speak of this, but I am told that you and the Lady Paladin have formed a bond of friendship. Erebeth has stirred from her grief, but not as I'd hoped. She has replaced it with a frightening rage that she almost cannot contain. She storms about, brooding and filled with bitterness, and lashing out at all who come near her. I do not know if anything can even be done. Perhaps you could speak to her. I shall await your return.
Now, Arrogance Tale is actually very interesting. I skipped through it right quickly because it has no relevance for this series. You know what? I was just catching myself potentially spoiling things, but Arrogance story is very interesting, and it's well worth listening to. But it does not really belong in this series, so I just blasted through it just to get a progress. I was just going to see, is it on the completed quest? It is. Iron's Tale. Has he got more to say?
It's good to see. Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult? Then I wish you...
Not just yet, but it should. But it's still open. Yeah, at high level, and that's what I was hoping to get too. We are not very far away from. There's no easy way I can do this, unfortunately. What a shame. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye for now.